Today, I'll be presenting my solution for how to make safer propulsion systems by using green propellants in place of existing hydrogen propellants. First, I'll go through an overview of the different topics I'll be covering within my solution. I'll start with going over what it means to make a safer propulsion system, and then I will cover the previous solution that has been attempted, my proposed solution, a breakdown of my proposal, as well as the benefits of my solution, the feasibility of my solution, and what you can do with this information. So, to start off with, a safer propulsion system is one that replaces hydrazine because the majority of current liquid propulsion systems use hydrazine, which is a toxic and a non-environmentally friendly chemical. According to Keith Button, a writer for Aerospace America, there has been a 30-year effort by the U.S. Air Force, NASA, and the Department of Defense to wean the industry from thrusters powered by hydrazine liquid, an ammonia-smelling toxic chemical. The issue is therefore finding an effective way to replace hydrazine with a safer and more environmentally friendly propellant. The previously attempted solution was the Green Propellant Infusion Mission, or GPIM. GPIM attempted to prove that green propellants are advantageous to use in place of hydrazine propellants. Problems arose with the exhaust plumes, which were causing damage to the thrusters and satellite equipment. The difference with my solution is that the infrastructure will also be changed, not just the propellant, so that the infrastructure in place will be compatible with the propellants being used. So for my proposed solution, I want all companies to be transitioned to using only green propellants for in-atmosphere thrusters by the year 2040. This solution requires that the existing infrastructure and thrusters are changed to be compatible with some green propellant. The reason it's not any specific green propellant is that there are multiple available, and some companies might already have infrastructure in place that is only compatible with one green propellant, so whatever that green propellant is what they would be expected to change the rest of their infrastructure to be compatible with. The regulations for this solution must be set in place by a federal agency to guarantee that the changes are made. An example of one of these federal agencies would be NASA, who contracts companies, and in their contracts they would require the companies to be in line with these regulatory standards. So for a breakdown of the proposal, there will be a regulatory review board to oversee the execution of this solution. This review board will likely be a division within a company or within an agency, such as NASA. The proposal will be implemented on a 20-year plan with checkpoints every 5 years. At each checkpoint, the compliant companies must have increased the proportion of their in-atmosphere thrusters that use green propellants by 25% from the previous checkpoint. So by the year 2025, they will be expected to be at 25% compliance, and then by the year 2030, 50%, 2035, 75%, and by 2040, they should have transitioned 100% of their propellant systems to being compliant with green propellants. For the benefits of the solution, there will be a serious reduction in the environmental and human impact of propulsion systems. An example of a non-toxic green propellant that would be used is hydrogen peroxide, which in a decomposition reaction, which is the reaction used in the propulsion system, it only produces water vapor and oxygen. So this means that all of the products of the reaction are non-toxic. For the feasibility of the solution, the stimulus for this solution will come from the inherent cost advantages of non-toxic propellants, given that less money needs to be given to safety precautions around the propellant itself. Legislative changes won't be a problem because they are frequent in the aerospace industry, so this change won't really be any shock to the industry. These legislative changes will come from federal aerospace agencies, like as I said earlier, NASA, in the form of industry regulatory standards, which there are already industry regulatory standards in place, and this would be an additional standard that would be added. What you can do is in the form of financial and legislative support that you can give, or you can tell other people to give, so that you can help change this, you can help implement these changes. And what you can also do is tell people within the industry professionals and executives, to help make these changes by sending them emails or by sending them letters.